Nice.
Hello and welcome once again to Rugby Nation. Good to be with you for another week, particularly off the back of that Wallaby performance. Didn't quite get it done in Wellington, but gee, it was close. Christy Doran from Rugby.com.au, welcome to you. Greg Martin, Wallaby fullback, welcome to you. And also Nick White off the back of what I think everybody accepts it's probably your best game in a Wallaby jersey. Congratulations personally, but what about the team effort? How have you all pulled up and how did you feel about that performance?
Yeah, thank you. Look, a little bit of mixed emotions. I think the kind of raw emotion straight after the game was we were pretty disappointed. We had some chances there to win that game, and that we weren't quite there, to pull the trigger. But we're proud of the character we showed. We wanted to show a fair bit of ticker, and I think we did that. And if we polish that off, I think it looks pretty good. So there's a lot of room to grow. To grow, I think. We've seen today in meetings there's plenty of areas, and I won't go into those because I know the opposition will be listening. They're good at that. But there's I do really think that we've only been together 3 weeks. We're still kind of trying to learn the detail of the way Dave wants to play the game and what we can do. But on the weekend, it really showed us. I think there's a confidence there because we believe in what we're doing is working, and that if we keep heading this way, that who knows where we can go.
Nick, are you able to just bring us into the dressing sheds just straight after? Because the images were great to watch. It was good to see the disappointment, and even the photo that popped up of you that's gone viral on the internet when you got the bandages all around your head and your eyes are popping out going, oh no, you're riding it. So the dressing shed straight after, or is it a somber place? Is it, just bring us right into it.
It was just quiet. Kind of eerily quiet. Walked in there, and I think it was just realisation that it was there for us, and there was probably a couple of times there where we could have grabbed that one. Probably a little bit of relief as well. Towards the end there, to make sure it didn't swing the other way. But I think more disappointment that we've done a lot of the hard work and we're in position and just need to pull the trigger. But we'll learn from that. And like I said, after Dave kind of spoke to the team and we spoke about the kind of the ticker that we showed, and that's what it's got to be now, and the character that was there, the intent was there. We just need to clean up a few areas, and there's plenty of areas, and we're heading in the right direction.
And Nick, your performance was so important to what the Wallabies did, especially out wide. 7 probing runs. Now you're out Aaron Smith, the master. Were they planned, or was that just heads up rugby? Because what happened? You were pinning him and then you'd take off, which created so much room for O'Connor. Was that your idea or team?
No, it's not really a plan to have a crack. I think games where I know personally, if I go in there and think that I'm gonna have a go around the ruck, it doesn't seem to work for me. So if I take each breakdown on its merits. If there's space there, I'll take it. If there's no space around there, which very well probably be the case this weekend because they plug it up, well, that's great because there's space elsewhere, and I'll just get it off the deck and into O'Connor's hands, and he can unleash the Buller brothers out wide. So it's if they mark up those boys out wide and they want to leave me space around the breakdown, you beauty, I'd love to take it. And if they chalk that up this weekend, well then that's okay too. And then I'll get there as quick as I can and make sure I get it in the hands of the guys that can do some damage. So it's there was no plan early on. It was pretty fresh. Everyone was pretty keen to defend it. But as the fatigue came in, there's going to be space that opens up, and I guess vice versa. We need to make sure we don't give the Aaron any space this week either.
Nick, straight after the game, and you talk about areas that you'll need to work on this weekend. Straight after the game, Dave Rennie identified that that contact area, the breakdown. You guys were turned over a number of times, and a number of times on attack as well, which probably in the end proved crucial. To what extent is that fixable? Like that. Is that something you can turn around in 7 days?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's no. I think that's pretty obvious. Our speed to the breakdown, supporting the ball carrier is going to be important, and we got turned over way too many times. Showed them plenty of space, plenty of windows that they could get in there. I think that's something that we can change pretty quickly. Speaking to the boys, the last 3 weeks has been, there's been a lot of information thrown at us, and there's been a lot of areas that we looked back on the game were, really proud of, and a lot of areas that, maybe slipped through the cracks, but we can clean those up, and that's certainly one of them that, we need to fix this week. But make it a focus of the whole team that it's something that can change really quickly.
Nick, I just want to ask, and forgive me for going back on your performance, because I know that sometimes players don't like to talk about their individual performances too much, but there's been a perception over the years that you're a bloke that loves just to kick the ball away. Has that been a perception that's frustrated you? Because I think we saw that complete game on the weekend, and people have been talking about your performance last year in Perth against the All Blacks, but here we saw the brilliant balance between, as Marto spoke about, probing the line, but also kicking and forcing errors from your box kicks.
I think it certainly has been something. It's frustrated me for a long time. I played a certain style that down in Canberra the early part of my career, but it was a style I was coached into me, and a way that the coaches wanted to play that game, and I thought I executed that game plan pretty well at the time. But I always felt that there was a part of my game that I hadn't shown, and until I'd gone to Exeter, hadn't really had the chance to play like, and certainly felt like over there they got a lot out of my running game, which growing up used to be a big part of my game. But then, as I said earlier on in my career, played a very, South African style with Jake early on, and kind of got pigeonholed as the kicking 9. But there is more to my game, and I was certainly excited when coming back. If I got the opportunity to show that there was more to my game, that I'd like to, I'd grab it with 2 hands. So, I have the ability to kick, yes, but it's, I hope that, I'm not remembered as just a guy who did kick. So, if there's chances there to run, I want to run. I want to get in the line and tackle as well, and I'll throw my head in a breakdown if I need to too. So, I'm excited with what's going on here. There's a chance to have a full, not just me personally, but the whole game plan is going to be very, very well balanced and very rounded.
Hey, Nick, one of the major worries was the line-out. Now, what's the Wallaby in-team analysis said since the game? Was it the fact that Falafanga hadn't thrown to Matt Phillip and Lucan in the game, or was it the wind?
Oh, mate, I'm sure the wind had a bit to do with it, but I'm not going to talk out of turn. That's forwards business, mate. When we split, I go with the backs. I know I'm half back, half forward, but I'm no idiot. I don't want to be packing scrums or going in mauls. So, look, it's an area they'll fix, I'm sure. I have full belief, but mate.
Mate, you can fix that in 1 week. You can fix that in a week, though, can't you?
Oh, you can fix it in a day sometimes. I'm sure there's certain learnings there that they'll look back straight away and go, gee whiz. So, mate, not an issue. You've got full confidence it'll be sorted.
Nick, 3 debutants, and I'm sure that you remember very fondly your first Test match. Marto, you likewise. It's something you would never forget, I'd imagine. Those 3 guys will never forget running on to the park in Wellington and almost getting a famous victory. What did you make of their performance?
Oh, it was when blokes come in to make their debut, you kind of feel as a guy who's played a little bit, that you don't expect too much from them. They come in, it's their first game. Don't expect them to go in and lead and have an absolute cracking game. But all three of them, unbelievable. You know what I mean? They jump straight in, leading with their actions. Wilso, just threw himself straight into it, and I absolutely love that. Filippo, mate, he's got spiders on him. And Hunter, I'm sure Richie's ribs are and probably hurting a little bit from Hunter. So I just love guys coming in and knowing what they're good at and not being afraid to just go and express it. And like I said, you don't expect guys to come in and absolutely kill it in their first game. Before them just to do their job, and the guys who have been around a little while to shoulder a bit of that workload. But they came in and led straight from the front, and whilst we didn't get the result, it's certainly going to be a game that those blokes won't forget, because you don't forget your first, but when you go to Wellington and almost get the result, it's certainly not going to be one you forget anytime soon.
Has that been one of the strengths of Dave Rennie so far, is just being able to make people feel comfortable within their own skins? Because for a lot of people, or playing the All Blacks in New Zealand would be a daunting equation. But as you said, they were three of the best players out there.
Yeah, definitely. I think he backs guys gives guys confidence, to back themselves, and he wants them to do what they're good at, use their skill, and we're getting a pretty detailed framework around what where the areas are that you can use that, and you're seeing guys understand that, and it's freeing a lot of blokes up. So those three blokes, what a night for them.
Hey, Nick, I know Paul Williams, the referee, had a go at you one stage. I don't know if you heard it. We heard it on the audio. Are you going to carry on like this all afternoon? But did anyone have a crack after Geordie Barrett scored the try? Did anyone know that Rico Ioane had stepped into touch? And did anyone go, hold on, go back to that?
No, none of us knew that he'd gone that close. I'm sure, if someone knew, they would have went and spoke to Hoops, who would have got up there, or if I knew,
yeah.
I
What's
probably
the TMO doing? I can't remember.
You have one job. You have one job.
No, but look, if we had known about it, there would have been a chance. Yeah, I'm. I've got to find the balance there with the referee. Maybe I pushed him a little hard at times, but it's universal with halfbacks, isn't it? They're chirpy.
Yep.
It's part of the job. Part of the job description. Hey, Nick, I'm not going to ask you to compare this Wallaby environment to previous Wallaby environments that you've been in. I don't think that'd be fair. But I'm interested to know what you love about this current Wallaby environment. What's the best thing about what's going on inside that camp at the moment?
It'd be hard to put a finger on. I guess there's me personally. I'm really enjoying the detail in the way we're playing, and he's got high expectations of players to know what it is their job is. That everyone has at all times a job on the field, and they're expected to know what that job is and to do that job. It is a team game, and certainly that's one part of it I'm loving. I think as well, there's just a good feeling around the place at the moment. It's a good mix of old and young, and making sure everyone's voice is heard. Without going into too much detail of what we're up to, there's a fair bit of fun along the way as well. So, it's hard to put a finger on what it is exactly, but yeah, we are. It's a good place to be right now, and I think all 44 would say that.
The $1 million question is, and we're all very proud as Australians watching on, cheering from the other side of the ditch, but the $1 million question is, how do you back up that performance? Because I'm sure you're well aware, having been to Eden Park before, the challenge that lays ahead. The All Blacks are going to lift to and rise to a new level. So how do you match them?
Yeah, they'll certainly have a reaction, and I think just the performance alone, that they'll react. But like I said before, earlier on today, there'll be a lot of talk about them and their reaction, and that we're playing at Eden Park. But as a group, we want to talk about what we can do. Like I said before, there's a lot of areas that we can get better, and making sure we get better over this week, and making sure we back that up, because after the game we were disappointed, so we want to get a reaction. And a lot of this group, a lot of them haven't played Eden Park before. A lot of them haven't played the All Blacks before, and they went out there in Wellington and took it to them. So, this is a new group, new era, and I think we kind of want to, make sure that that we go out there and give it a red hot crack and show that this is a new group that's going to be different to what's happened before. How exactly we'll do that, I'll keep those cards up my sleeve. But we're certainly talking about some plans and ways that we can kind of what to expect from them, and what to throw at them that they won't be expecting.
Hey, and is there any indication there'll be changes, Nick, or does Dave Rennie say, listen, you guys nearly got there, try to finish it off this time?
Oh, mate, you'll have to wait and see.
Oh, no. I tried.
Jordan Patayo's good to go, isn't he?
Like I said earlier on, keep those cards up our sleeve. I'm sure they'll be listening. So I won't be giving anything away.
Geez, they're desperate for entertainment if they are.
He's up, Marto. What about the reaction this side of the ditch? I mean, you guys you're at the coalface, so you probably don't get an opportunity to look at too much media or whatever. But have you been able to get a sense of just how you reinvigorated the love of the game in one almost result against the All Blacks? You've just reignited people's passion again. Have you got a sense of that?
I think we did, yeah. And it's and it's something that we spoke about for 3 weeks, and what we want to do as a group. At the end of the day, results may come, they may not, but we want people to watch us and be proud of the way we play. And that had a lot to do with the sort of ticker we have as a group, the character we show. You know what I mean? We want to work bloody hard, and we want to show, the 25 million Aussies back home that we are what the country stands for. We're bloody tough. And, if we show that, like I said, that's part of the process now. And that's what we want to do again this weekend. Results may come, they may not. We may get draws, we may win, we may lose and get it wrong sometimes. But at the end of the day, we want people to look at us and see that, we care. We care for the jersey. We care for the people we're playing for. So to know that we went 89 minutes and left it all out there, and people could see that and we're proud of it. It was, like I said, it gave us confidence in that what we're doing is the right thing, because people can see that.
Nick, before we let you go, because we know you've probably got better things to do with your evening. No disrespect to the Rugby Nation, but can you just bring us into camp and tell us about a couple of the new characters who might have surprised you? Is there any weirdos going around? Is there a couple of pranksters? What's the deal?
Look, I'm not getting up to too much, mate. There's Tamura's right behind me doing a puzzle, so
Mr. Excitement.
So I'm not that busy. There are a few characters around. I think Lockie Swinton's one of my favourite. He's different, bloody funny. But look, we're getting around all 44 and making sure we're doing plenty of fun things away from rugby to make sure we all get to know each other. And it's exciting. There's plenty of young blokes with a lot of confidence, which I'm enjoying. Hopefully keep me young.
Hey, Nick, a lot of people there, anyone who's toured and played in New Zealand knows the pressure the everyday fan puts on you by yelling out, taking the piss out of you, all the rest of it. Has it made it easier, you guys just staying in a bubble because you're able to completely ignore all those outside noises?
Yeah, I think it has. And I think it's helped us as a group in terms of, really just concentrating on rugby. Sometimes when you go away, they kind of put you somewhere really nice and it's easy to get distracted. But when you're locked down there in Christchurch and you can't leave, all you can do is, you live, breathe and rugby. So, we had meetings on meetings about it, and I think it was good for us. We had plenty of, fun little things, each day to ways to get to know each other. And, I think that's what rugby's all about. I love that bit. Like, can go out and get a coffee, but mate, I want to, one day when it's all done, and I'm sure you've got some lovely stories from your tours as well. But you want to sit down and remember the blokes you played with, and and their stories and those sort of things. And we're really trying to delve into that, and we've done a pretty good job in the 2 weeks in Christchurch. But we've got another 8 weeks to go on this long tour, and hopefully by the end I've got 43 good mates and I know all their stories, and take that with me on my journey.
Well, that all sounds like the start of something very special, Nick. Congratulations on your performance on the weekend. We can't wait to see what you guys are going to turn out at Eden Park on Sunday, and we will let you go and help Matty Samu with that puzzle, because God knows it looked like he needed it. So, mate, thanks so much for joining us. You've reignited the passion on this side of the ditch, so well done for that, and go well on the weekend.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. And I look forward to getting out there at Eden Park and hopefully do you guys proud one more week.
Good stuff, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Christy,
Yep.
Good to catch up with you. Marto, good to catch up with you as always. And terrific to have your company this week on Rugby Nation. I'm Nick McArdle. We'll see you soon.